The rule is to carry as little as possible. Think for yourself, or others will think for you without thinking of you. Cultivate the habit of early rising. It is unwise to keep the head long on a level with the feet. Every oak tree started out as a couple of nuts who stood their ground. The truth is, there is money buried everywhere, and you have only to go to work to find it. When my legs begin to move, the thoughts begin to flow. Almost any man knows how to earn money, but not one in a million knows how to spend it. We begin to praise when we begin to see a thing needs our assistance. If a plant cannot live according to its nature, it dies, and so a man. Wealth cannot buy health, but health can buy wealth. It is not what you look at that matters. It is what you see. Never look back unless you are planning to go that way. Goodness is the only investment that never fails. The most difficult things to understand during conversation is silence. I make myself rich by making my wants few. We are happy in proportion to the things we can do without. An early morning walk is a blessing for the whole day. All good things are cheap, all bad are very dear. What lies behind us and what lies ahead of us are tiny matters compared to what lives within us. If you see a man approaching you with the obvious intent of doing you good, you should run for your life. Do not lose hold of your dreams or aspirations, for if you do, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. There never is but one opportunity of a kind. The path of least resistance leads to crooked rivers and crooked men. Be true to your work, your word, and your friend. To have done anything just for money is to have been truly idle. As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. Solitude will not be solitude. Poverty will not be poverty, nor weakness, weakness. Do not engage to find things as you think they are. The best way to correct a mistake is to make it right. Any fool can make a rule, and any fool will mind it. man is rich proportion to the number of things he can afford to let alone. Not only must we be good, but we must also be good for something. If a man believes and expects greater things of himself, it makes no odds where you put him or what you show him, he will be surrounded by grandeur. They take great pride in making their dinner cost much. I take my pride in making my dinner cost so little. You never gain something, but that you lose something. I am not afraid of praise, for I have practiced it on myself. Do not hire a man who does your work for money, but him who does it for love of it. The only way to speak the truth is to speak lovingly. As for health, consider yourself well. A man's wealth is measured by what he does not need. Remember that you need not eat unless you are hungry. A man sits as many risks as he runs. Be resolutely and faithfully what you are. Be humbly what you aspire to be. Men are born to succeed, not to fail. The civilized man is a more experienced and wiser savage. The man who goes alone can start today, but he who travels with another must wait till that other is ready. If you would convince a man that he does wrong, do right. Men will believe what they see. Most men cry better than they speak. You get more nurture out of them by pinching than addressing them. He who cannot exaggerate is not qualified to utter truth. Do not trouble yourself much to get new things, whether clothes or friends. Sell your clothes and keep your thoughts. Hold fast to your most indefinite waking dream. Nothing can shock a brave man but dullness. Why should we live with such hurry and waste of life? We are determined to be starved before we are hungry. He who eats the fruit should at least plant the seed, if possible, a better seed than that whose fruit he has enjoyed. If you are familiar with the principle, you do not have to be familiar with all of its applications. How sweet it would be to treat men and things for an hour for just what they are. We can conceive of nothing more fair than something which we have experienced.